What's going on, everybody? I just wanted to make this video to talk about a problem that I had occur in the reef tank recently with LPS corals. As you can see, this Duncan is pretty shrunken up. You can see part of this Goniopora is missing. And yeah, the hammer is not as plump as it once was. And this is the worst case that I had happen, is the frog spawn pretty much died and is now slowly growing back. So I was very confused when I walked into the room and noticed the LPS doing poorly, and then later that week everything was kind of just shrunken up. The weird part is that what we know is the more sensitive corals in the hobby, like SPS, these ones were all doing perfectly fine. In fact, as you can see, the Stylophora even got some growth at the base of the plug over on the left side during this time. And I was kind of just confused and lost. So I started doing research, and I ultimately found that my phosphates were undetectable. I was testing all the parameters, realized this was a problem because LPS like phosphates. So the solution was dosing reefroids, which is a food for corals that is responsible for high phosphates and has low nitrates, which I didn't want to add more of that given all the fish that I have. So I was able to kind of bounce back. As you can see, some of the LPS were unaffected, but the ones that were hit are coming back slowly. This has good polyp extension now. I'll see if I can put some before and after shots of this coral so that you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. I wanted to share that struggle with you guys. I would even consider myself still a beginner in the hobby. And honestly, I'm just another guy trying to help people out. I never claimed to be an expert, but I like making these videos because I wanted to document the journey and hopefully help some people out, give people some sense of direction. That's one of the issues that I had that I was able to figure out, luckily. And I think that just goes to show that, like, part of this hobby is problem solving. You guys have seen it before with my filtration that I've talked about, and now with corals. So yeah, basically figured it out, and hopefully, fingers crossed, things start coming back to normal. More issues that I would like to talk about. In my last video, I told you guys about the new pump I got, which is awesome. And it helped fix one of the main issues that I believe my tank just had too much flow. These are the old pumps that I had. And I'll go ahead and turn this on to show you guys. I'm gonna awkwardly reach around here to plug in the cord into the power strip, so bear with me. And take a look at that. I mean, great surface agitation, but I had one of these on each side, and things were just getting like blown around. The fish were swimming against strong currents all the time. I think it was honestly just too much for the corals, but now that I have this programmable pump, one of the more popular pumps in the hobby, the MP40, I think things are just doing a lot better. I actually just ordered another one for this side, so the flow being a main issue for coral growth and overall just reef tank health will now be solved within a week, so I'm pretty stoked on that. Another one was lighting. Now, when we're first buying lighting, it's kind of vague, the information that we read regarding exactly what lights we need for what corals and how far above the tank they need to be for what depth in the water and the PAR reading stuff and all this. It's just kind of confusing, especially as a beginner for something so important in our tanks. And, you know, you read things about, oh, you know, the SPS need more lights and the LPS needs, some of them need medium lights and some of them need more light and some of them, you know, don't really even need that strong of lighting. And it doesn't really make sense until you actually start. But I just wanted to show you guys like a real life example of one of these things that I learned. Take a look at this coral I was showing you guys earlier. The underside of it, where the light isn't really hitting, the polyps have kind of just retracted and honestly look like they're kind of dying. But then we have growth over on the left side. So yeah, I'm gonna need more coverage than just this one light to be able to kind of reach the angles that I otherwise wouldn't be able to reach. So this one in the middle is perfectly situated, and it's doing the best out of the SPS that I have. The green goblin Anacropora over here has good polyp extension, but the bright fluorescent green has kind of left. So it's not super concerning at the moment, but that's definitely something that I want to be able to fix. Just, you know, these are 3 things that I've overall noticed from kind of being a beginner and things that I want to fix / already have fixed. So obviously the coral being the most important one, because these are live creatures that we're taking care of, and the worst thing that we can have happen, especially with how expensive they are, is letting them die. So everything, I promise you guys, is in the process of being fixed or has already been fixed. But I just wanted to be completely transparent and document these things, and not just pretend that everything is going perfectly and that I'm this expert at reefing. So yeah, I made this channel for you guys to follow along with my journey and not just show you guys only the good things. So hopefully you guys appreciated this video. If you did, please give it a like and consider subscribing to the channel. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. So hope you enjoyed and have a good one.
There's a beauty in the way you're worn, and the sharpness of your thorn.